can hear me all right, and if you can see the screen as well. Perfect. Stuart says yes. Joseph says yes. I know we have Jeff in the house as well. We have a lot more people still coming in, which is great. Okay, now, Jeff did ask me in the beginning why are you using GoToWebinar to sell Webinar X, even though Webinar X is a competing webinar platform. So let me explain this to you. Lee has all of his customers inside of GoToWebinar. Okay, so everyone who is Lee's customer is inside of GoToWebinar, and that for him is still the fastest medium to communicate with you. In my opinion, it's not the cheapest webinar platform, as you would agree, but for him who can afford $500 a month, it is the most convenient way to communicate with you. Because of that, we decided that, okay, instead of trying to get you on a new platform and doing a call there, why don't we just do a call on a platform that you know well? And then I'll show you the other platform. If you like it, if you think it's good for you, if you find it affordable enough, you can go ahead and get access to it. Okay, so just want to clear the air about that, in that we're using GoToWebinar in this case because that's what Lee's customers know best, and he thought it would be too disruptive to just add you onto Webinar X platform. But again, I will show it to you, and as you see it, it'll make sense. If you like it, you can let us know, and we'll give you access to it for a very low price. That's my promise. So today's call is very hands-on. It's very practical. I'm going to be giving you a few steps that have helped us generate $10,000 per month with no list, with no product. Okay, this is important. Everything I'm going to show you today, you can do without a list, you can do without a product, using cloud-based complete webinar platform that is Webinar X. Then, I'm also going to give you our 3-step case study where I, as a complete newbie, generated $40,000 in 4 days with webinar affiliate promotions. So regardless of what you want to do with webinars, whether that is for yourself, for your clients, as an affiliate, as a vendor, whichever the case may be, I'm going to give you steps that will help you execute webinars in your business. Then I'm also going to give you an opportunity to get access to Webinar X for a very low one-time fee. Now I have to remind you that webinar platforms usually out there are quite expensive. I'll compare a few, but you have a chance to get access to one at a low one-time fee, and I'll show you the functionality, and like I said, you can decide for yourself then whether or not this works for you. I've also got Alvin with me on the call, and Alvin's going to be demonstrating some of the things about the software. Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention is that it works really well with I Can Lead and Y Can Lead. I'm going to show you that today as well. So here's what you'll be learning on the call today. Number one, how to instantly find hungry vendors that will pay you $5,000 and over to consult with them. So how to go out there and find the low-hanging fruit. This is what I call the low-hanging fruit, by the way, in that these people are already ready to be sold to. These people are easy to work with. We don't want to work with someone who we have to teach what webinars are. Instead, these people already know marketing, they're already making sales. You're just going to go and help them make more money. In return, you're going to make more money. Then I'll talk about how you can position your service so these vendors do all the work and you reap the benefits. So this is important. The 3 steps that I'll be sharing on the call today rely on you offering a service but not doing any work. I'm not going to talk about affiliate marketing. I'm not going to talk about physical products, though it just as well can apply in those cases. I'm just going to share my insights with you to help you position this service so that you don't have to do any work whatsoever. And lastly, I will talk about how you can do all of this without any costs or without any overheads. All right, so no cost whatsoever, no overheads whatsoever, but you can still get results out of it. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Neil Napier. I have generated over $1.5 million in the last 12 months only with our own products, just with our own products. And majority of it has been powered with webinars, because webinars form a core part of our business. We do them every day. I mean, we do about between 6 to 10 webinars a week. And that's how we make most of our money. All right, this has helped. I mean, we have been able to help other marketers as well make sales and build their businesses. So I myself have gone out there, consulted with other marketers about their webinars. I have done webinars for them, In return, we've gotten paid, but also we've been able to generate a good amount of money with that. I mean, like I said, the managed service, okay, that I offer at the moment to other marketers currently makes us more than $20,000 a month. And with everything that I'm going to show you today, you can do it as well if you want. Okay? And we continue to innovate processes to improve results. Our focus is doing things so that we get results and we share them with you and we motivate you, we inspire you to do things as well. So that's our key focus with this. Now, about myself, because I want to give you a bit of background, let me see if you do have any questions though. Okay. Paul says, great, we have no list, but our product is life insurance, and we would love to see an example of how this will work for us. Okay, great. So my story is that the reason I got started in this market is because I got fired from my job. So I was working for a bank in the UK around the time of recession, and you know, when they were starting to cut jobs, I was one of the first to go. Maybe I was a bit lazy in my job, but it was a bit disappointing because I thought I was doing really well as a software analyst. But they said, oh, we can't hire you anymore because we have to cut costs. We can send you and work to work in India where you can make a third of what you're making right now. Of course, I said, no, who wants to work for a third, right? But then I started working as a freelancer. And let me tell you this, when you're getting paid $20 an hour, making $5 an hour, $4 an hour is really tough. I mean, how do you justify it to yourself? I was working in a job where I was getting paid $20 an hour. I was fired, and then I had to work in a job where I was getting paid $4 an hour. It's really disappointing, really breaks you. But what it did for me is it gave me an opportunity to see things online the way other people were doing it. You know, I was writing sales copy for other marketers, and I realized, okay, the way they were making money was by selling products. The way their customers were making money was by using the products. So what can I do to help their customers? What more can I do to build my own products and help my customers? And of course, I have development experience, so it was easy to get started. But I did start with only $250 in my pocket. Why? Because I had more or less run out of any money at the end. I had more or less just, you know, I hadn't been able to pay for things anymore. So I only had $250 in my pocket, and we started with that. So it was very, very low margin at that point. Now, my road had numerous challenges. I mean, it wasn't easy, you know, going from a job that gives you $20 an hour down to $4, it doesn't make sense. But then on top of that, I had to generate $2,000 a month. Like, this was not optional. It wasn't optional that I could maybe make a bit less. I had to make $2,000 a month. I had to pay bills, I had to pay rent, I had to be able to pay for my girlfriend as well. But here's the thing, getting into business is tough if you don't have a family that is already into business. And I think some of you might agree, who are young perhaps, that if your parents are, you know, it's a middle class family, they have never worked before, or they've never had a business before, they don't know what it involves. So to them, a business is scary. To them, a business is like, whoa, should you really do it? Like, what if it goes kaput? What if it doesn't work out? So I had a lot of these hurdles. I had people saying no to me every time. I had people saying, you know, Neil, you can't do it. It's too tough. So yeah, it happens. And I was scared of public speaking. I was really scared of actually, you know, standing in front of a crowd and talking. But I taught myself to do webinars. I had a mentor who taught me how to do webinars. But here's the crucial part. Even if you don't want to do webinars yourself, it's okay. Today's session will still be in line with your business. So my past, in essence, might exactly like be your present. You might be at the stage where you have to make X amount of dollars a month. You might be at the stage where you've just lost your job, or you're not happy in your job and you want to do something else on the side. Or you just might be more advanced. I mean, you might be, you know, a billionaire who's on the call maybe, and you're looking, okay, how can I, you know, increase my profits by 10% with this one thing? But whatever the case may be, if you want to get where we are today, do pay close attention, because everything that I'm going to talk about today comes from experience. Everything I'm going to talk about today comes from the results that we have derived. Now, we focus on the passive income model. So I want to be upfront about this. There are many different ways in which I could do this presentation. Many, many different ways. I could talk about physical products, digital products, services. I could talk about reselling. I mean, tons of different opportunities. But the opportunity that I do want to share today is passive income model. For me, a passive income model means that I do maybe 6 hours of work a week, and I get $20,000 a month, and I keep on doing this every month, and it keeps on building up. Okay, so that's my model. That's how I want to work. I'm going to show you my results, but I have to give you an FTC warning, which again I don't have written, but it's important to point that out. These results that I will be sharing are my own and of our customers, and I'm in no way guaranteeing you that you're going to get these results as well. However, I will say this, that if you do work hard at, with the techniques that I'm going to show you, if you do take action with or without the software, it's going to have a positive impact on your life. It is going to make you money. How much really depends on your situation. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. But my job is to show you what we have been able to do. And we have been able to do a lot. We've been able to get some very, very good results just by selling our products, selling our services. Okay, and again, these results have only grown better in time. You can already see that back in 2014, November, we did $40,000 with one product. Okay, again, same November we did $78,000. In 2015, we did $48,000. So our results have been consistently good because we've been able to tap into a system that works for us. We've been able to use webinars to our advantage. So give me a quick yes. I mean, we don't really have a voting feature here. You can raise your hand, but give me a quick yes if you would love results like these. If you would like to tap into results like these for your business. Give me a quick yes. Perfect. Absolutely, yes. Good, good. A lot of responses coming in. Now, okay, let's just change the slides. Okay, perfect. This session will be good for you. I want to preface this as well, because if it's not good for you, you can leave right now. It's completely okay. But this session will be good for you if you sell online but are tired of little success and want passive results, number one. So if you make any kind of sales online, but you don't really want to, you haven't really had the kind of success that you wanted, this session will show you how to build a passive business. Secondly, if you want to work with clients and want to add a new service to your arsenal, this session is going to be good for you. Or even if you don't work with clients but want to, on this session I'm going to give you the exact 3 steps that you can use to get new clients, close them, and deliver a service, all to generate passive results for you. Or finally, if you want the best tools in the market and you want them to work for you, then this session will be good for you. If you're looking for a great tool to run webinars with, but you don't want to pay $500 a month that GoToWebinar charges, you don't want to pay $300 a month that Webinar Jam charges, this session will be right for you. Okay, I'm going to try and not compare too many products, because I don't want to badmouth any other product except for GoToWebinar, because that's like super expensive. But I will tell you, look at all the features. If you see that they're anywhere else for that price, you can get the software for free. If you can find me another software that is being sold in the market right now for the price that I'm going to show you, and it has all the features that I'm going to show you, I'll give it to you for free. But I know for a fact that there isn't one, because I've done my research. So let's go into the 3 steps formula to generate $10,000 per month without a list, without a product, using a complete cloud-based platform. Give me a quick yes if you're ready. A quick yes or a quick one to let me know that you're ready, and we'll move forward. Perfect. Okay, that's also a good way to check that you can hear me all right. Good. So let's look at the $10,000 equation. Like I said, my aim is to help you get up to $10,000 a month. I don't know how much you're making at the moment. I don't really care. My aim is to give you enough instructions to give you everything I can to help you get to that level. Now, $10,000 per month means $334 a day. I don't know how you want to look at it, but I'm not really that fussed. I think $334 a day is doable. Definitely doable if you put in the effort. But let's focus on it a bit differently now. Let's focus on 2 clients that each net us $5,000 a month each. Okay, so instead of aiming at like $334 a day, we're gonna aim at 2 clients that that net us $5,000 per month. That's our goal. Okay, I have 4 of these clients, by the way. I have 4 of these clients. So you know, your results may vary, of course. I'm aiming for a bigger number, but even if you get 2 clients a month, that's still pretty good. So the three-step equation is number one, having a list. Number two, a service. Number three, a platform. Now you might be thinking, Neil, but you just said no list, right? Yeah, no list. You don't need a list to get started. But I'm going to show you how to generate a list of prospects within 10 minutes. Okay? Within 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to generate that list of prospects, but you don't need this going in. So let's look at the three steps. Step number one is the list. So question is, what is the list? Question number one, what is the list? Now, list is basically a contact list. Well, okay, it's kind of derivative, but list is, this names of people, names and email addresses of people or phone numbers of people that you can call and you can close. These are your prospects. Okay, so it's a contact list that you can mail. It could be a cold list, it could be a warm list, but you can get in touch with them and you can close them on whatever it is you're selling. That's the main idea of a list. Like I said, you don't need to have a list to get started. I'll show you how to build one from scratch. Now, if you want to go look for prospects who are ready to work with you or ready to give you $5,000 a month, there are three places to do that. Number one is YouTube. Number two is Amazon, and number three, it's Munchai. Okay, so number one is YouTube. Look for those selling some coaching. There are people on YouTube, and I'll share my screen with you and show you that. There are people on YouTube that are running videos about how to do SEO, how to build a business, life coaching, XYZ, whatever. They have the potential to sell a higher ticket coaching. They have the potential to sell a $5,000 or $10,000 package. Okay, so in this case, you want to look for those people that are selling some coaching. I'll show you that. Second, you want to go to Amazon and look for people who are authors in the non-fiction market. So you don't really want to go contact J.K. Rowling because she wouldn't really do a webinar, but yes, you do want to go and contact anyone else who's doing books on, how to do this, how to be more productive, how to run your business successfully, how to make money, anything. Because having a book means that they can translate the same education into a webinar, into a high-ticket package. So look for bestsellers in nonfiction as well. And go Google Munchai. I'm not going to show that to you on the call today, but go Google Munchai. There are tons and tons of webinar launches happening every single day, and I can tell you that 95% of them don't have webinars. Okay? So look for all the launches without a webinar, and you can help them. So let's go to YouTube, and we'll look for, let's say life coaching. Okay, so this guy, how to be a life coach, life coaching tips from a successful life coach. So this guy's already been a life coach, he's giving tips, he's had 29,000 views, and check this out, he has a sign-up page as well, right? So this guy is already building a business based on life coaching. There you go. This is Stefan from projectlifemastery.com, that's what it says on the video, but do you think that this guy is trying to sell something on YouTube? By the way, give me a quick yes or no. Do you think he's trying to sell something on YouTube? I think he is. I mean, he wouldn't, no one really makes a video anymore unless they're trying to sell something, right? Even Tony Robbins is selling a 30-minute free coaching session. So, yeah, I mean, everyone's trying to sell something. And what you have to do is just help them sell it better. So this guy clearly has a screen presence. He's not afraid to talk. But chances are like 50-50. Maybe he's not doing webinars. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But he's the kind of person who already has a customer list, most likely. I mean, that's why he's building a list. And he just wants to run webinars. Okay? I'm actually thinking this looks like it was made with one links, but I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, so this guy is ready to create webinars. He just maybe doesn't know about it. That's where you come in. Okay, I can do the same thing for, let's say, Amazon. So I'm going to go to Amazon. Okay, so Amazon, there you go, the Life Coaching Handbook, Kelly Martin. I'll open this up as well. So she has 56 customer reviews. I don't know how many sales she has made, but she's clearly selling a book on, everything you need to be an effective life coach. Do you think that she has a customer list? Yes or no? And I do want to engage. Do you think she has a customer list? Do you think that she could potentially sell a higher ticket item? I'm going to use the example of someone here who said, let me see that, oh, we're in insurance, but we don't have any list. Sure, you don't have any list, but could you find potential people who could offer that insurance to their list? Could you make a deal with them? Think about that. Okay, just think about that. So, you know, clearly Curly is ripe to work with. I mean, this guy Stefan is right as well that we can go and work with him. So we have a list of people that we can now work with. Let me ask you this. And again, it says about upwards, but you can just answer because GoToWebinar doesn't have any voting functionality. But would you say that you're very opinionated? Would you say that you have a lot of ideas about different things? So I'm the kind of person who has tons of ideas about tons of things, not enough time to execute. Are you the same, or are you more like, okay, I don't have many ideas, but I can really execute them well? Which kind are you? Because for me, it's all about ideas. I'm an ideas person. Almost everyone's an idea person, right? So I'm going to ask you this. Let's say if you and I were to do a call for half an hour, for an hour, and if I told you everything about my business there is to tell, would you be able to advise me or not? You might think no, Neil, because you know more about your business, sure. But remember, there's some things that I don't see that you do. As a customer, you want things that I don't see. So you obviously know a few things about my business that I don't. Like how could WebinarX be better? Neil, how could you do better trainings, right? Or how would your trainings be better for me, right? So it is, all these things are important. And the reason I'm asking you that is because you don't have to know everything about life coaching to sell something. Okay? I'm not asking you to be a coach to these people. All I'm asking you is go to them, sell them on webinars. Show them how webinars need to be done. That's your business model now, if you choose, of course. So once you do this process, make a list of all these people, write down their names, Google their website, and find out if they're selling something or have potential to sell something. Case in point, I'm going to look at projectlifemastery.com, right? Check this out. Okay, so I mean, this is more like, how to make money online, right? But still, you can tell that he is selling a ton of stuff, right? He's selling coaching, he has podcasts, he has everything, and see his monthly call reports as well. Okay, so as long as you are able and willing to share, your insights into someone else's business, this will work for you. All you're doing at this stage is building a contact list. You send them an email, and really you're aiming at sending 10 emails a day. Not very much, not a lot. Just 10 emails a day. And here's what you say. You start by saying, hey, Stefan, Neil Napier here. Here's what I would say, okay? Hey, Stefan, Neil Napier here. I came across your website when I was researching information on life coaching. I'm a product creator and marketer myself and have expertise in helping businesses like you sell high-end coaching, usually starting at $10,000 and over. I see that what you're selling is in line with most of my prospective clients, and I'd like to help you sell even more. Often my clients have an established business and offers, along with customer lists, which they can invite to web conferences where we sell days, high-ticket coaching and products. I'm not completely sure what you have right now in terms of this list, but my job is to consult with you to structure one of multiple web conferences. If you don't have a high-ticket coaching, we can work together to create one for you. If you don't want to sell something at that price, I can make an exception and help you come up with something powerful to sell between $2,000 and $5,000 price point. I don't charge anything for the first consultation, so feel free to get back to me and we can schedule a call where I can go through your business and see exactly how I can help you make more sales without too much effort. You can contact me on this email. I'm usually available during these times, but in case I don't respond back immediately, I might be traveling to a client site or busy with a web conference. So do write back and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now here's what this email does. Okay, here's what this email does. This email allows me to position myself as an expert. After reading this email, he's thinking that, okay, this guy is a busy guy, but he took the time to mail me. At least I should mail him back. At least. Maybe they don't, but maybe they do. Right? So they're thinking with this email is, okay, it's a cold email. It does seem like he's soliciting a service, but I can talk to him for free. I mean, if he's helping people sell $10,000 items, maybe it could add something to my bottom line as well. Remember, chances are already he doesn't have a high ticket item, he or she. So you can do this over and over again. I would say minimum 10 clients a day, but if you can do 50, go for it. If you can do 20, please do it. Okay? All right. So 10 emails a day, that's all I'm asking. And here's what will happen after 10 emails a day. Even if you have terrible, terrible conversion rates, you will, end up talking with one prospect a day. And if you do this 5 days a week, you'll end up closing one sale a week. That's it. Even if you're terrible at selling, you will sell one a week. Okay, maybe you'll sell one every 2 weeks if you really are bad at selling. But even then, at $5,000 a month, you're looking at $10,000 a month with 2 sales, 20,000 with 4 sales, and this scales up. This multiplies. That's all. That's all you're doing. You're dealing with numbers here now. Okay? And again, remember all that part where you do lead gen, you can hire a VA at $2 an hour, $3 an hour to outsource this. Easy peasy. Okay? Then, how long does it actually take? Because, time's important as well. If you want to find 10 leads a day, 30 minutes, maybe. I mean, it took me 2 minutes to find one, as you saw. If you want to email 10 leads a day, 10 minutes, really, because you're sending a copy paste. If you want to do prospecting calls, 30 minutes. So 70 minutes to potential close, basically. Email. 70 minutes from where you find a client to when you close a client. That's like 6 hours of work a week for $5,000. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a pretty good thing. What do you think? I think if I was to start from scratch again and work 6 hours a week and make $5,000 a month, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that deal. It's a pretty good deal. Okay? So think about it like that. Now, let's go on to the service as well. But just before I do, let me know if you're still following along well. That is good. Upward, perfect, perfect. And I know you see Upward everywhere. Like I said, it works really well with WebinarX because we have a voting facility there, but nothing in GoToWebinar, unfortunately. Okay, great. Whoops, I think I lost a bunch of messages. Okay, all right. Got it. Perfect. So let's go look at the service. Step number 2 is the service. Now that you're ready for your prospective call, okay, let's step back a bit because I think I jumped too far already. So you've convinced someone to get on a call with you for free for 30 minutes. What do? Well, here's what you shouldn't do. First of all, let's talk about that. You shouldn't start giving them all your ideas. You shouldn't say, oh, so I've been looking at your website, you're doing this wrong, your SEO is completely whack, you should be selling like this, you're positioning it like this, you should do it in this instead. No. Listen, if you come and tell me how I'm running my business wrong, I won't want to talk to you, ever. Ever, like ever. No one wants to be critiqued about their baby. No one wants to be told, hey, your baby's ugly. It doesn't work like that. So don't ever get on a prospective call and point out faults in their business. You don't want to do that. Instead, what you want to do is you want to explore. So when I do prospective calls with people, I never tell them this is what you should be doing. What I do is I have a list of like 10 questions and I will ask them those questions one by one. I will listen and I will ask new questions, but I will also get answers to those questions. So questions will be like, what is your business model like? What is the highest ticket item that you've ever sold? How much was it? If you haven't, are you able and willing to create a $5,000 plus package? Do you have an email list? How big and responsive is it? How active are you on social media and what channels? Have you ever done public speaking? Are you the final decision maker? So what that does is it gets them to open up. And I'm not trying to sell them anything. They are trying to buy something from me. I got to tell you this, that, I respect psychologists a lot. I respect therapists a lot. I think they do a great job in our society. But really all they're doing for most part is just letting you open up. So their questions are, how are you feeling today? Why do you feel like this? So it's all about how and why. You will say, oh, I don't like this. Why don't you like this? Because of this. Well, why this? So their purpose, their job is to elicit emotional responses from you. And once they've elicited all those emotional responses from you, at the end they will say, okay, this is what I think you should do. It's completely your choice, but if I was in your shoes, based on everything I know, I would do this. And you believe that. Because you've opened up your heart and soul to this person for the last 45 minutes, you'll believe anything they tell you. Businesses are no different. If you let someone open up to you, it will allow you to close them on their pain points, on their deficiencies. You know, you don't want to get a prospect on a call and say, okay, dude, you got to do webinars. You know, whatever you do, do webinars. Whatever you do, do webinars. No, I don't also sell to you like that. I tell you that this is everything that you could be doing. Webinars is one thing. If you're at the right stage, if you're at the right time, if you think it will help you, go ahead and buy it. Never force anyone to take a decision. Okay, never ever do that. But if you position it right, you can make it a complete no-brainer. And so it's all about the positioning. You don't really want to ask them questions that don't get you a good response. So once you have all the answers, you need to start charging more if people need help setting up a program. So, you know, if I was to talk to this Stefan and he said, okay, Neil, the highest item I've ever sold is like 197, 297. I don't have any kind of, you know, coaching. Can you help me? I'd be like, sure, but it's going to cost you more. Because what I would then have to do is get on more calls with him, understand his business model more, and help him come up with you know, a coaching package. So I will charge more. Then if Stefan says to me that, okay, Neil, this is great, but you know, I don't want to do a webinar, I can't do a webinar, the time's off, or you know, I've never done one before, I'm scared, I'll say, okay, Stefan, I can do it for you. Or if I can't, I'll just go and hire someone else who can do it for us. I can hire someone at like 20 bucks an hour, but still, for Stefan, I can charge him more. Because now you have to do the webinar, or you have to find someone who can do the webinar. So charge more if they can't do the webinar. The only caveat, and this is important, do not work with them if they cannot drive their own traffic. This is very, very crucial. Do not work with them if they cannot drive their own traffic. Why? Because it's too much hassle. If they can't drive their own traffic, you'll be making less because of them. If they cannot drive their own traffic, you'll be the one kind of stuck with low commissions. So make sure that they have a customer list, make sure that they have a big ass social media account, make sure that they can get people to take action. Because if they can't do that, I mean, they probably shouldn't be a life coach anyway, right? So just think about that. You want to make sure that you tie up with someone who can, you know, drive people, and you just consult with them, or you do the webinars, depends. Now, about pricing, let's talk about that. So, you know, that's always an issue. People are asking, how should we price this? There are a few ways to do it. Remember your goal. Like, pricing is arbitrary. Like, I mean, I got to tell you, pricing is really arbitrary. You might think that if you go to a restaurant, you pay X amount of dollars. They're not really looking at, okay, what were our costs? What would the profit be? What would the margin be? Let's charge this. No, pricing for most part is arbitrary. It depends on the competition. I want you to dictate your pricing. Stick to your gut, stick to your principles. It doesn't need to be 5,000, it could be 1,000 if you want, but stick to something. So you could go in and you can ask for a flat fee of $5,000. So I would talk to Stefan and say, Stefan, listen, this is, you know, I usually charge 10,000, but I'll make an exception and I'll charge you $5,000, 2.5 right now, 2.5 next month. Or I could charge you a flat fee and commissions. So if you're really serious about taking action, I'll charge you $2,000 up front, plus I'll charge you 10% of any sales that come in over the next 3 months from webinars. Okay, and the last thing is commissions itself. So what I would say in this case is, okay, you know what, no flat fee, I'll just take 20% of all the sales in the next 3 to 6 months. The problem with this is, please do make sure that they can generate at least some amount of money. They can generate at least $25,000, because $25,000 then at 20% means $5,000 for you. And your goal is $5,000 per client. So please do make sure that if you ever work with someone under these conditions, they are able to generate money. Very, very important. Very, very crucial. Okay, so what we have done in this case is, you know, we've done 1 hour consulting on package. Okay, 3 hours for consultation on webinar and 2 hours for follow-up. So really, again, we're looking at 6 hours work a week, $5,000 payout for every single client, right? You do 4 of those and it'll work out. Okay, so that's the service. So again, quick question. 6 hours a week for $5,000 a month, or $5,000 per client. Does that sound like a good deal or not? Let me know, yes or no, or upward, whatever. Yes, says Joseph. Okay. Who else? I know we have like a ton more people on the call now than we did before. Let's see. Yes, definitely, says Derry. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. Certainly, says Norm as well. I think it's really good if you want to build your business by letting other people do most of the work. Now, I'm going to talk about the platform, and Alvin, just to give you a heads up, I'll bring you into demo the software. Is that okay?
Sure, Neil.
Okay, great. So let's talk about the platform. You know, you've done your prospecting, you've closed a client, and they're ready to pay you and move forward. Now we got to think about the platform. So you can, of course, go with GoToWebinar, which we're on right now, but there are a few problems with this. Number one, you know, it's expensive. It costs $500 a month, which if you're just starting out, if you don't have a client yet, you don't really want to pay. Or if your business is kind of based on client work, you might not get paid next month, right? So you don't really want to pay $500 a month for something. It's expensive. Then it is also inflexible. I don't know if you know about this or not, but in GoToWebinar, I can only really have one name. You know, it's always Lee Pennington. If I change it up, then, you know, customers get confused. So imagine working with 10 clients every single month. You can't just keep swapping around the names. It wouldn't work. Okay? On like this basically with GoToWebinar's GoToWebinar branding. I mean, you can see the screen that you're watching on right now. It has GoToWebinar branding. So you can't really control the branding either. You can't do retargeting. You can't do Facebook comments. The landing pages suck. I mean, tons of things, right? And of course, again, it is expensive. And I'll answer this question. I did already answer this question, and I think Alvin or Martin, if you guys can just put it in chat afterwards, that'd be great. Someone's asking, why are you using GoToWebinar for this webinar? Again, I'll repeat my answer. I did answer in the beginning. I think you're probably late. It's because Lee, this is your Lee's customers, you know, my customers, and Lee wanted to do this with GoToWebinar because that's, he said, is what his customers are used to. Okay, he didn't want to disrupt the experience immediately by asking you to join Webinar X. That's why, and I mean also because I can afford GoToWebinar, right? Or Lee can afford GoToWebinar in that case. Okay, so again, it is super expensive. And also think about if you have a percentage deal, right? If you have a percentage deal with someone where you get paid over and over again, this guy would have to do a webinar every single week. You don't want that. I mean, you don't want to put that kind of work on someone, right? So GoToWebinar doesn't do automated webinars, like really, really big problem. When we used to do it before, I know, and Alvin will testify to that, you would have to stay up at 5 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, whatever time, and run the webinars himself. Again, live. It's a pain. GoToWebinar does not do replays. So that means that if you can't do replays with successful webinars, the tendency to get paid goes down. You don't get paid over and over again. Okay? GoToWebinar lead gen sucks, as I mentioned. You can't have more than 1,000 attendees. Luckily, in this case, we have less than 100, but you can't have more than 1,000. And you cannot automatically record everything. Someone has to record it if they forget, or if the session crashes, your recording goes away. So there are these inherent issues with GoToWebinar, which I think make it a difficult platform. And it's not impossible, it's good, but still expensive. The only good thing about GoToWebinar is that the feedback is instant. So as I'm showing you, there's like a 2-second delay. What we use is Hangout Space that has about 45-second delay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it over to Alvin, who can demonstrate Webinar X for you. And this is our platform. This is something that we have created because we were so sick of GoToWebinar. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you a sign-up page later where you'll see that we had a ton of people on the call, and you know, a lot of people were just there interacting with us, you know, buying the software and other things as well. But I'm going to pass it over to Alvin to demonstrate the software to you. Alvin, just take it away.
Hey guys, just give me a quick confirmation in the chat. Give me a one if both audio and video is working for you. If you can see the screen as right now. All right, perfect. So guys, before I actually start with the demo, let me show you something really quick. All right, now let me give you a quick comparison. Now, GoToWebinar is great, but as Neil mentioned, it's very inflexible, right? So let me give you a good casing point. Look at this. Look at this page, for example, right? If you look at this page, what do you see? It's very basic. There's no graphics. There is essentially you don't have retargeting. You don't have Facebook comments. And let me take you to Webinar X sign-up page, and I can even have here Vicon Lead integrated as here as well. As you can see, we have hotspots. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you have your opt-in form, which is, by the way, integrated with an autoresponder, right? That means you don't have to export your list from your sign-up page and go to Webinar and go to your autoresponder. This automatically links to any autoresponder that you want. And you have Facebook comments integration as well as other options like retargeting there. So if you think about it, this is actually a lot more flexible compared to GoToWebinar. Right? Now, let me show you how the software works. Now, as Neil mentioned earlier, it is going to be Hangouts based, right? So it's very, very simple. I'm going to show you first is how to set up a quick webinar in just less than 30 seconds. All right? So right now, we should be able to see the webinar dashboard. So all we need to do from here is go to webinars, right, the webinar page, click on create new webinar, right? It's a simple four-step process. I simply need to get a webinar title. Let's say life coaching. And here's the great thing, guys. For every webinar that you set up, your name can be changed. That means it's easy for you to manage one webinar to another. Unlike in GoToWebinar, you can only maintain one name. And if you change the name, everything else get affected. All the webinars get affected. With this, it only happens on a per webinar basis. So if you're providing this as a service to clients, that's definitely something that it's going to be very, very essential in your business. Let's say, for example, life coaching, right? So I'm going to put this under my name, and I can have just copy and paste the title here under the description. Click on next, and I can even create a specific list. So instead of just like a regular webinar form here, this can actually be used as a lead generating source. Right? So instead of having just a simple opt-in form, you actually can now use webinars as a way to get more leads, as a way to get more people to sign up. And that's actually which actually makes it a lot easier to grab leads. Now, aside from what Neil has mentioned earlier about getting people who are hot prospects, this also works with Facebook. That means you can actually have an invite link on your Facebook fan page, post a picture there to make it a lot more interesting, and you can get leads from here. So if I click this, right, it will actually go to a webinar sign up page where people can sign up with a webinar and to your email list. All right, so let's say, for example, I'm going to create a new list for this. Let's say this is specifically for life coaching for my client. Put in there, just copy and paste. Click on next, and we are already in step 3. In step 3, we simply select a time zone that we want. Select a time. Right? Let's say we choose 10 p.m. and it's going to be the hour and the 30 minutes. Click on next, and here's another big advantage, guys. Right? In GoToWebinar, for example, is you can only contact a list on a per webinar basis. That means if that certain webinar only has 7,000 people, and you have another list which has 4,000 people, you can't contact all of them together using GoToWebinar. Trust me, I think Neil would agree with me that he had the same problem as well. We had to get another third-party service order to do that, and there's a 10,000 limit on GoToWebinar.
Big problem, and I mean that's a very, very valid point. So guys, I'll explain that quickly because like I mentioned, we do between 6 to 10 webinars a week. The thing is, sometimes we want to invite some people to a webinar, sometimes we want to invite others. With GoToWebinar, it is so strict that we can only invite like everyone. We can't just segment people out. If someone wants to unsubscribe, we can't delete them manually. It's an actual really it's a big business pain, which is why we built up Webinar X in the image that we wanted. We didn't build a Webinar X to sell, we built a Webinar X to use, and we have been using it. This list part was one thing that we just had to have access to.
All right. Yeah, and one more thing, by the way. Now, ever wondered how you can actually filter out those who have already purchased from those who have not purchased from your list? Usually, you do that with autoresponders. With this, you can actually filter out your buyers from those who already purchased. You simply select, let's say for example, a subscriber list here. Let me show you. So this is going to be the list that you can contact. Again, you can check multiple lists here to contact, and you can set up filtering from here. That means if you say you're going to contact your prospective buyers here, you can actually check the ones who have purchased from here as well. So it means those people who have not purchased yet will not get contacted, will not get the invite. This is very, very helpful, especially if you are working on multiple products, or you're working on multiple clients. It helps you filter out your prospects from your loyal customers. All right. So let's say, for example, I'm gonna set this up like that, and as you can see from the third column here, I can also have allowed panelists. That means I can get support to help out with the chat as well, right? And again, this is on a per webinar basis. That means you can add up your clients here as panelists, so they can only get access to the webinars that you give them access to, right? Which gives you a lot of control. You don't need to do that every single time. As long as they're panelists, this can support up to 10 panelists, by the way. You can click on add, and that's it. We have already created our webinar. We have already scheduled it. The next thing we need to do is just like add a few more stuff that you want. And click on edit for it, and we can actually create a landing page here. Now, can everybody see the landing page, by the way? Or let me know. And it's very easy to create this. It's very easy to create the landing page that you want. You don't have to get stuck with a simple landing page just like what GoToWebinar is providing. You can actually create this pretty easily. Now, let's say for example, I want a video added there, right? Let's say I don't have a video yet that I can use, but let me actually grab something instead, right? Let's say for example, I'm gonna add a picture or a video here. So, and the great thing about this, guys, is you can also integrate it with Vicon Lead. Now, let me ask, who here does have Vicon Lead or Icon Lead? Let me know. All right, Robson, okay. How about the others? All right, perfect. There's a lot. There's a lot of people here who do have Vicon Lead. Perfect. Now, let me show you first how to integrate Vicon Lead into Webinar X. Because think about it. You don't want just a simple video. Instead, you can actually use a call to action video, and exactly what Vicon Lead provides. Now, I have here the video, our landing page video that I actually use Vicon Lead for, right? So I think everyone is familiar with the interface. I can just click on add hotspot, and I can make this hotspot either going to be a custom embed code, a Facebook page that they can share, Twitter, or even an autoresponder there, right? Now, how do we add this up on Webinar X? So we simply need to first we need to get the embed code. All right. So we have two codes here, and all of them we can paste in the Webinar X platform. So we copy the code, right? And instead of using the visual editor here, we can switch to HTML. But don't fret, it's actually very, very easy. You don't need to do any coding here. Just copy and paste the first line, copy the second line, which is the script, the same thing, paste it, click on update, click on update on Webinar X, and there you go. Now once we click on preview, it's already there. Guys, can you see how simple it is to set up? Just give me a quick yes if it's clear how to add Vicon lead to your webinar sign up form with Webinar X. You don't even have the option, guys, in GoToWebinar because you can only add regular text to it. Right? Now, let me actually take it a bit further than that. What if you want FB comments? Right? What if you want FB comments to be added here as well? So the same thing, I'm going to go to edit, right? And I'm just going to go to FB comments. All I need to have here is the Facebook app ID. Well, you can easily reuse the same app ID every single time. You don't actually need to create one for every webinar that you do. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Facebook comment integration that I added on a previous webinar, right? And I'm going to use it here. Let's say, for example, I did set up a Facebook app ID before, and I just want to reuse it. So I just open up that Facebook or that webinar, copy and paste the app ID. There we go. Click on update. And if I actually click on preview right now, all right, let me just check. Oh, I actually forgot to check enable comments. Click on update, click on refresh, and if I scroll down, the Facebook comment integration is already there. All right, so guys, just to make sure before I proceed, is everything clear so far on how to set up an amazing landing page or an opt-in page for Webinar X? Let me know. If I went too fast, just let me know as well. All right? I want to see it again.
That was really good. I think. I mean, also I'd like to show, the stats when you get a chance.
Sure. So let's actually work on this first, and then again, just like as we mentioned earlier, it's Hangouts based. So you just copy and paste the embed code for your Google Hangouts here, and once it's time, you just simply switch to live, and your webinar is live. And the great thing about this as well is that Neil mentioned that you can even run evergreen webinars. That means you don't need to wake up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, just like me, and start up the webinar yourself. You can actually just put the embed code there, and it's going to auto start, right? And you can still, even if it's a replay webinar, you can still answer questions. All right. Now let me show you the stats as well. Because earlier we did actually I did a webinar on Webinar X itself. Let me show you the stats. Now this is actually going to be a cross between Google Analytics plus GoToWebinar, right? So we go to stats. As you can see, we can see all of the questions here that was answered on the call, right? As you can see, it's a very, very long list because I think we had almost 200 to 300 people on the call. And we can even see the number of users on a time basis. But the stats go above that. If we go to webinar host, right? So aside from being able to see all the people here that have asked questions, you can answer chat, we can broadcast messages, we can even have a dedicated URL sender here. And look at that. So remember the upvotes that Neil that's still on our presentation. This is where it goes. So every time Neil asks you, hey, upvote if you do agree, and downvote if you don't agree. This is where it goes. We can actually see this live. Every 30 seconds or so, this updates, and you get detailed stats on on how people are voting, if they like the response, or they like the question, or they don't like what you ask. So you can actually see, you get a feel of what your audience thinks with the upvote system, right? On top of that, you also have the number of users at the time, so you can actually see if more people are coming in or less people are joining in. Look at that, 258 users online. So again, it's very easy, guys, and you also get a list, the entire list of attendees here as well on the right side. And everything is going to be recorded right away from YouTube, so you don't even need to press the recording or even have the mistake of forgetting to record. Everything is going to be Hangouts based. Now, a big pain that we also have is managing emails for setting up our webinars. With this, is you don't even need to have an autoresponder, to be honest. If you do have, let's say, if you want to send out emails just for webinars and sell it to your customers, you can actually use the built-in notifications here to send out either an invitation, a reminder, or a closed email. And all of this can be done in autopilot as well. So if you want to send out an invitation manually, you can just click on invitation, and there's already a template there for you. And it already includes smart tags. That means the webinar title will depend on whatever title you have here, and it's going to auto-update as well. Now, again, very easy to set up webinars, guys, and most especially, it also allows you to import your list right away. That means you don't need to get people to sign up manually. Again, this is something that we did struggle with as well. I think this is a feature that Neil really pushed, that we integrate with WebinarX, because we had the same problem. Let's say, for example, you have a list of your emails and you want them to sign up to your webinar. So you would actually have to send an email to them, invite them to the webinar, and it's not going to be 100% conversion, guys. That means not everyone that's on your email list will subscribe to a webinar, right? With this, is you can actually integrate your list into your webinar itself. So all you need to do is either create a new list, right? So you can create this, for example, let's say life coach, and the same thing with the description. Right? We click on next. Okay, you can manage as many listings as you want, right? And we can then click on edit, and we can either upload a CSV or paste it manually from here. So it's very easy to import. That means you don't need to get a third-party service like Zapier, for example, to convert your emails into webinar attendees.
That's,
With this,
Alan, that's a very good point as well. Like, can you remember how much I was spending on Zapier every month? I think it's like 99 a month or something.
yeah, I think it's like 8,000, 10,000 people only, and it's like 50 to 60 bucks a month. And if you need more, it's going to be around $97, $98.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy numbers, right? You know, like, just like you, I kind of hate spending money every month, but that's what we have options for at the moment, and Webinar exchanges that.
And not to mention time consuming, because you can only do like 100 people per instance.
Yeah, true, true.
So with this, it's automatically integrated. And when you set up a webinar, you can do the invite itself on WebinarX. And if ever you're doing any kind of Facebook marketing, let's say after the webinar you would like to advertise as well. So those who attended the webinar, you can't do that with GoToWebinar, guys. With this, you just simply go to edit. You can go to retargeting, and there's even a retargeting code that you can add, right? Either from just the welcome page, the live page, or the end offer page. So you can actually filter out those who just went to the page, or what specific page did they go to. And of course, if you set it up for the welcome page, you can ask them to sign up again, and you can also add the autoresponder there if you want to integrate it with your autoresponder as well. So you don't need to you don't have to go to exporting your list from GoToWebinar and then importing it to your email list. With this, it can work both ways. It can already work. You can integrate with your autoresponder, and WebinarX can also connect or get leads to your autoresponder instantly as well. So it's not only saving you money, but it's also saving you a lot of time. All right. So guys, let me know if everything's clear so far. Just give me a quick yes in chat. If you have any questions, let me know as well.
Okay, thanks, Alvin.
Yeah. So we have a question here.
Yeah.
Will it work with sync lead? Now, as long as you can add a form code with your autoresponder, then yes, it can work.
Perfect. So Alvin, let me know when I can take over.
Sure. Yeah, you can take over from now.
Okay, great, thank you. So are you getting higher conversions during a live webinar or higher conversions to replays? Live will always convert better. I mean, I can guarantee you this much. Live will always convert better. But, you know, if you want to run your business automatically, then automated webinars is where it's at. So if you want to really scale up, then you can't continue to do live. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, unlike if you go to a webinar where you have to download the recording, set up a replay page, this already has a built-in replay page. So once you click on End for the webinar, you actually get a closed page where you can have the replay added there already. So you don't need to go to the trouble of converting it and then uploading it to Vimeo or any other video hosting. You can convert it right away into a replay page on WebinarX. Hey Neil?
Yeah, perfect. This is just an example of what Lee sent to me, how SociSpot and Viking Lead kind of integrate with this together. So that's how it works. But let me go back to the presentation because I do want to move this forward. I know it's already been an hour. So let's go. Now, we have an amazing platform really here. I mean, it's a groundbreaking platform, I think, in terms of what it can do and how much it costs. Like, think about this, right? And I know we didn't show you this, but you can actually run 10 webinars in parallel at the same time if you want, automatically, right? So you can run 10 webinars parallel in time. You just have to put the videos in there and be there to answer questions. You're good to go. So let me ask you this question. Who here would like to follow our three-step formula and bank $10,000 a month, or even if, just use the software to get some results with? Derry says, why not? Yeah. Can you play a recording but be present to answer questions? Yes, you can, Jeff. You can. Yeah. And again, most people would say yes. So again, I'll recap the 3 steps and I'll tell you this. The list, step number 1 is you generate a prospect list. Step number 2 is you offer this service. You consult and you sell, for 5K packages plus. The last thing that you need is a platform. As I mentioned, there are pros and cons to everything, and there are definitely more pros to what we can offer. Let me see, how can you afford the bandwidth at this pricing? Oh, it's just a Hangouts overlay, Paul. That's why we're using Hangouts. We're not using our own streaming. Okay? All right. So here's the cool part. Even if you don't want to be a consultant, you can still use this platform to sell your own products. You can sell affiliate products. You can educate your customers. You can do training courses, whatever you want. Okay, whatever you want. And other people have been saying a lot of good things about Webinar X. They've been talking about Webinar X, about what it can do in their business, for their business. Okay, so we know that we're on to a winner. Absolutely. So here's the offer. Webinar X is a new state-of-the-art webinar technology that allows you to run webinars in the cloud with unlimited attendees at the push of a button. It has 0 recurring fees. It is cloud-based, completely mobile responsive software. You can have unlimited attendees. It's completely free to do live streaming videos with Hangouts, the way we describe it. You have automated evergreen webinars built in as well. So you can literally just put in a video embed code and you can run that as live webinar. You have full email notification system built in. It has been designed by internet marketers for internet marketers. It has a built-in live chat technology, completely SEO optimized. All pages are SEO optimized. It also have autoresponder integration, which means that you can send out your own notification emails using Mandrill, Mailgun, Mailjet, SendGrid, whatever you want. And it has in-webinar live stats as well. The best thing is that it's completely newbie friendly, and again, there's a voting system built in as well, and we showed you all the stats. Oh, again, this says video feed embed. It should say replay page, so we have replay pages as well for you. Again, tons and tons of features that you don't find anywhere else. We do have some bonuses too, and I know that Lee has some as well. We have a bonus webinar on the 29th of February. We're doing we're giving you a presentation called Social Media Agency Presentation. We're giving you a software called Easy Keyword Pro, giving you a graphic pack as well called Sales Graphic Rush. Okay, all of this, if I combine value of each and every feature and the bonuses, adds up to over $3,000. That's $3,000 worth of features and bonuses available at a one-time fee of $29.95 only. And again, just to warn you, this is only available till midnight Eastern. So for $29.95, you can go ahead and get access to this. I'm just going to drop the link in the chat box so you can go ahead and get access to Webinar X right now. If you have any questions, I am here to answer those questions for you, and my PowerPoint's stuck, so I hope that Alvin or someone else can put the link in. But if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you on this call. Remember, this call is about me interacting with you, talking with you, showing you what Webinar X can do, and helping you bring it into your business. All right, so let me just go see the questions because, like I said, my PowerPoint's stuck, but let's figure this out. What will be provided with a live webinar URL or code to place into our own autoresponder? Joseph, you'll get an integration code. So you will get an integration code, and all you have to do is paste it on your landing page. Could be WordPress, could be HTML, whatever you want, and the leads will automatically go to the webinar. Okay, guys, quickly give me a 1 if you're jumping in or if you have already purchased. Let me know. If you are jumping in or you have already purchased, give me a 1. Paul Flintstone says yes. Stuart says yes as well. KV Social, Doug says yes. 1 says Joseph. Let's see, 1 says Robson. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Great. Again, great piece of software. I mean, everything that I've talked about since I took over from Alvin, you get as part of the main package, number 1. Let me just check my screen, but I remember, I think Lee did say that there were some additional bonuses for people on the webinar as well. Let me just figure that out. And Martin, if you can tell me, just let me know what they are because I'm looking through chat now. But
Yep.
yeah, let's see.
I actually have the page open right
Sure.
now. I'm gonna just grab the screen from you.
Sure, please go ahead.
Show it.
Okay, I see it. I think Lee said that there'll be a newer version of Vicon Lead, MMBI. So
Yep. Yeah.
go
So
ahead.
this is the bonus page, guys. So again, these bonuses are going to be exclusively from Lee. So first is you get the 2-step opt-in generator. Second is you get the WP or WordPress Profit Page Creator. That means if you don't have a page creator yet, and you would like to use this, then you can integrate with Webinar X as well. So you have the Surefire webinar conversion videos. You have the responsive webinar follow-ups. This is actually pretty good. And you can actually copy and paste the follow-up emails into Webinar X under the notification area here. So just copy and paste the template here that you get from Lee's bonuses. So you also get the 5 PowerPoint presentations if ever you want to do your own webinars. And yeah, so that's about it. So this is all the bonuses for the main offer, guys. So additional for this on top of the bonus we're giving away.
Exactly.
Right?
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So again, guys, it's absolutely so much value here for $29.95. We're not even talking about a monthly plan here. We're talking about a one-time fee. I think no other webinar platform can give you that kind of value at less than $30.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I will tell you this upfront that if you really, and this is an honest thing, if you go out there and find me right now a similar kind of platform at $29.95 or less, I'll give this to you for free because I'm so confident that there's nothing else out there that does everything that I've shown you at such a low price. And this price is only valid till midnight Eastern. Then it goes up to $37, and then after tomorrow, it'll be $39.95, and on Sunday when we close it, it'll be $47 for a week, and then up to $97. Okay, let me answer a few questions as well. Are these bonuses already in the members area? Joseph, our bonuses that I talked about, yes. Lee's bonuses, you'll find them via JVZoo. Okay. Raymond is asking where's the webinar hosted? The webinar is hosted in Google Hangouts. Alvin, can you just show Google Hangouts on air just to show? I mean,
Sure,
to
yeah.
show the
So
tech that
first,
we use.
yeah, so for the bonus, guys, for our bonus that is, once you log into your account, you just go to bonuses, and if you got the main offer, just click on main, and you should get all the bonuses from here, including the registration link for the webinar on the 29th. All right. Sure. Let me just go open up Google Hangouts here.
Great. Then they have another question. Paul, I think I answered the question about the bandwidth. Instead of a page, can we have this as a WordPress plugin? No, you can't, Paul. But like I said, you can take the integration code that we give you for the webinar and you can put it on your own landing page. That is completely fine. Okay, also Robson is asking, are there any charges for updates to Webinar X? I want to answer this question as well because, we've been getting this question a few times and I think it's important that I'm open about it. Now, if we need to do small changes to the software that take us like a day of development, you can get those for free. Like if you can improve the software a little bit by adding a couple of new things, you get it for free. But if we make really big changes, I cannot give them to you for free. Okay, so it's like this. Moving forward, let's say someone said that, hey, I want the buy links to automatically show up after 30 minutes. Sure, we can do that. No problem. If you want so that you're able to, let's say, have the buy button show up like as a pop-up. Sure, we can do that, no problem. But if you go out there and if you decide to start streaming the webinars ourselves, you're not going to get that for this price because that will cost us like $10,000 a month. We cannot give it to you for $27 one-time fee. If we decide to completely change something inside this, I mean, I don't know what yet because we don't have any plans with this moving forward development-wise, you're not going to get those for free. I will give you a tribe-only offer, which is going to be much lower than everyone else, but you're not going to get everything forever for free. I mean, please try and understand this. We cannot afford to run a business if we do this. If for $27 we give you everything for the rest of your life, we won't survive. For $27, you get a fully functioning software that you can use right now, and you can use for as long as you want. If it has bugs, we'll fix it, no problem. But we're not going to give you completely new software for this price as well. Okay? Alvin, go ahead.
All right. Thanks for that, Neil. Now, so all you need to do in order to run your Webinar X campaign is you need to go to hangouts.google.com. Now, just like to clarify this one, you always get this question. Do my clients or do my customers need Hangouts? No, they don't need Hangouts. All you have to send them would be the Webinar X invite URL. You don't even need to log into their Gmail. So right now I'm on my Google Hangouts account. I just go to Hangouts on Air. Right, and from Google Hangouts on Air, I can start a session. I can click a Hangout on Air, click the name, and then I actually get an embed code that I can add to my Webinar X campaign. So let's say, for example, live coaching. I click and share. All right, and from here I can already get the embed code that I want to get. So I just click on links, go to embed code, for example, copy it, go to Webinar X. All right, go to webinars, edit the campaign that I created earlier, go to streaming, paste it there. Right, I can set it to autoplay if I want, click on update, and that's it. That's how easily you can actually add your Google Hangouts campaign. So again, just to go back, so once I set up a new event, I just copy and paste the embed code, go back to Webinar X, go to streaming, and paste the code there. And that's about it. That's how easily you can run it. And since everything goes to Google Hangouts, once you finish your webinar, it's gonna be already be added as a YouTube video, which is pretty cool. That means you never have to like forget that you record. That happened to me a lot. Like when I first started using webinars, um, I think I had to do like two or three webinars in a single day because sometimes I do forget to record.
Yeah, and I'm a bad boss like that. I made Alvin do webinars because he forgot to do recordings, which obviously means, of course, lost money for me. It means lost time for Alvin. It's a pain for everyone else. There is no problem like this here. Now, I just want to point out that Rachel told me that we're giving out Make My Video Interactive as a bonus to anyone who is getting access to this software today on the call or has already purchased. All you need to do is, again, in chat, let us know purchased. Rachel will be in touch with you, and she'll give you details of how to get access to this upgrade as well. How to get access to this bonus. Okay, Alvin, can you walk through the rest of the presentation? I think I'm having a problem with my GoToWebinar.
All right, so let me just there we go. So guys, if you haven't jumped in, again, the pricing for the $29.95 does expire at midnight tonight. So if you want to get the cheapest price as much as possible, go to the link right now you see on the screen or in the chat of GoToWebinar. All right. So let's proceed with the upgrade. Now, upgrade number one would be the Pro version of Webinar X. Now, with this upgrade, you'll be able to get developer license. You'll be able to get custom domain names, all right, that you can add here. And again, you don't even need hosting. It's domain name forwarding. That means you just point your domain to us, and you instead of having a Webinar X domain name, right? You're gonna have your own domain name, and you can even have your own custom logo as well. Now, let me actually show you how that is set up. It's very, very easy. So all you need to do from your campaign is go to the settings page, go to general, and you can actually add your domain name here. You can even have a tracking code. That means if you want to have a tracking code for all of your webinars to Google Analytics, you can paste it here, and you can upload your own logo as well. Now, if someone tries, let's say, to maybe go to a webinar that does not exist, we can redirect them directly to your sales page or to your contact page, which is pretty cool. So if ever like one of your links gets shared by others that you don't want to invite them, they can actually go to a redirect link. It means you can actually get more traffic to your website as well. All right. So again, with a pro upgrade, guys, you'll be able to run as many live and replay webinars as well. So you'll be able to add your own domain name without hosting, guys. Just to clarify, you don't need hosting for this. You get developer license, which you'll be able to charge this as a service to your clients. You can add them up on a panelist on a per webinar basis, and you will be able to sell this as a service. Number three is you get to add your own custom logo, so if you have your own domain name there, if you have your own logo, they'll never have to know that this actually goes through Webinar X, right? And this is going to be the pro upgrade, and once again, it's also going to include special bonuses. First, we're going to talk about the bonus you're going to get access from us. First, you're going to get the Done For You Consultation Pack. Now with this, you'll be able to make portfolios, and it will include PSDs as well that you can edit and modify pretty easily. And you also get the 30 stunning website icons that you can actually use as your logo. You get the traffic generating resource. That's like what you mentioned earlier. You can actually get people who are already in marketing to subscribe to your service. But if you do want to say, for example, you want to sell other products, you can use the traffic generating resource to learn how to quickly generate traffic without having to spend so much money. And you even have the video list building strategy. So with this, we're going to show you how you can actually use social media, for example, to build your list and to create that recurring income month per month. And if you want to do your own video, let's say you want to create your own sales video, right? Or your opt-in video. We're even going to provide you an easy to modify script that's essentially fill in the blanks. And we actually use the same strategy, the same system as well when we create videos for our campaigns. All right. So again, guys, the upgrade one allows you to, instead of using it just for a personal level, you're now upgraded to a corporate level where you can actually offer this as a service and make a recurring business out of this. All right. New logo, new domain. And if you want to jump in for the Pro upgrade, guys, right now it's available for only $67 through the link lead7.com/webx. All right, and once again, this is a one-time fee. This is
Alvin, you
something.
know the funny thing. Sorry, I gotta jump in and say this, guys. That the funny thing is now GoToWebinar has frozen on me. So, so maybe this is the reason why you shouldn't use GoToWebinar because right now I can't answer any questions. I can't take over the call. I can't exit because if I exit, the session might be killed for everyone else. So, unfortunately, one of those funny situations where, um, you know, it proves my point. And I mean, I wish I could send you a screenshot of this. I mean, I'm actually going to try and send you a screenshot of everything being stuck, and you can show on call. And this is really only to point out that GoToWebinar, even though it's like $500 a month, it's not that good a software. So yeah.
Exactly. I had the same experience myself. Yeah. The thing is, it's a desktop application, guys. When you have a desktop application, sometimes it screws up. It needs updates. With this, since you're running through Google Hangouts, you don't have that problem, right? So everything is on a cloud server, just like with our system. Being on a cloud server actually makes it a lot faster and functions a lot better as well. All right. Ooh, let me see. Right. So guys, if you're jumping in, if you want the developer license for Webinar X, get it right now for only $67 one-time fee, one-time lifetime access fee through the link lead7.com/webx. All right. So guys, let me know who's jumping in right now for the Pro version. Give me a 1 in chat. And if you have any questions as well, let me know what's holding you back. So Stuart is jumping in. How about the others? I see Derry, Mark. Do we need to get the front end offer or the main offer for the upgrade? Yes, you have to get the main offer. Jeff is saying 1, perfect. See, you got it already, perfect. Is that the full version including the upsells? Yeah. So going to the bonuses, guys, as I mentioned earlier, we are also providing special bonuses. So let me actually go through the bonuses as well that we're giving away on our part, and also going to discuss lease bonuses. So for yeah, for the Pro, again, you get the DFI consultation pack, 30 stunning website icons, the traffic generating resources with the video list building strategy, and the video script template. Now, for lease side, you're also going to get viral video storage as an exclusive bonus. Now, this is actually one of our products as well. Now, you can actually use this one to create amazing Amazon stores in just a few clicks of the mouse, guys. That means you'll be able to create those amazing e-commerce stores that you usually see only in big websites. Now, you can actually create an amazing store in just like 2 to 3 minutes when I did the webinar. All right, you're also going to get the Profitable Webinar Blueprint video series, the WordPress call to action plugin, so you'll be able to add call to actions, or you can even integrate this, or you add the integration code for Webinar X, for example, to your WordPress site, and you can get all the leads to go to a specific list as well. You're also going to get the Power Tool toolkit as well, the Quick Start Pro Powerful Toolkit. So if you want to do your own webinars, you can actually use this one to like all the graphics you need to make that high converting PowerPoint template. All right. So guys, once again, this pricing is going to expire by midnight tonight. So I do recommend you jump in because here's the thing. An offer like this doesn't come every day. Like having a webinar system that allows you to have retargeting, allows you to have as many attendees and as many invites as you want, is something that doesn't come with a webinar even. And you get this everything with Webinar X. All right. So Douglas is saying I purchased Basic and Pro earlier today. Perfect. That's awesome. That means you already got it at the best price possible. All right. Let me see. Mark is saying, how do you claim bonuses? My past experience with contacting marketers is awful. Well, our bonuses are already in the members area, so once you log in, you can see it right away. But for lease bonuses, that is, we can actually attest to that lease support team is there to help you 24/7. So if you have any problems with the bonuses, and again, you can also just go to your JV Zoo, click on access your bonus from Lee Pennington, and you actually get all the bonuses from there. All right. Paul is saying, I'm in for W plugin. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, for Lee, just you can just Rachel can give you the support link, and we can attest to this that their support can or will help you get the bonuses right away. All right. Will you be able to add scripts to use for contact prospects made available? Stuart, you can actually add it through the notification section of Webinar X. All right. So guys, once again, let me know who have purchased the Pro upgrade. Give me a 1 in the chat. All right, perfect. So Paul is in, Mark is in, Joseph, Douglas, Stuart. All right, perfect. So a couple of friends as well saying I'm in. Perfect. So again, guys, it's a one-time fee. We are so confident in this is that there's no other webinar platform out there can give you this much value. Now, let's talk about the upgrade. Because a lot of people are asking, what if I don't want to do a webinar? Right? So with upgrade number 2, you still be able to get a done for you package instead. Now with the done for you webinars, is you'll be able to sell our products, right? And you get 50% commission for every single sale. That means you don't even need to do the webinars. All you need to do is go to the page, right, where you get done for you, copy and paste the embed code for these webinars, and run them as an evergreen webinar. That means you don't even need to do the webinar yourself. You can just set it up, copy and paste the embed code, and you can run it as live, and you can just get your VA, for example, to log into the chat and answer questions as well. So all the questions are going to be answered even if it's a replay webinar. And no one will even, like your customers won't even recognize that it's a replay rather than a live webinar itself. So this actually helps you do remove a lot of the grunt work that we usually do in GoToWebinar. All right. So to start off, if you've purchased this one, you're gonna get 3 completely done for you webinars already added, and you're gonna get an additional done for you webinar, the highest converting webinar that we have for that month. All right, and that means you'll be able to sell a new product every single month, and everything is already prepped. We take all the work. We take all the work from preparations, right? The webinar template, if you record your own, that's already going to be added for you every single one. You can use this to create an evergreen system and to generate a lot of cash without having to do all the preparations. All right, so what is the price for the done for you package? Right now, you can jump in for a low price of only $19.95 a month. Right, that's one new webinar. Now, to tell you the truth, for every webinar that we set up, we normally spend around $2,000 or $3,000 alone. We get the presentations done. We have to get the bonus images, and we have to use GoToWebinar, for example. That's gonna add up to a lot of money for every single webinar. With this, everything is already prepped for you. Just copy and paste the embed code, and you're golden. You just answer the chat, you get your VA, you do have that option. And you can even have it completely done for you. You can just add in the URL, and you don't even need someone to answer the chat. But if you do have chat platform there, then that's great. Yes, this is going to be our own products. So you know for a fact that we do release really good products, and you get a chance to sell it as an affiliate and get a 50% commission the same way big affiliates right now are getting. All right.
And we know how to convert our products. Like we know our products inside out. We know how to position them. We know how to work them. You get those presentations so that you get those replays so that you can just run them as live and sit back and see the commissions rolling in. So really, you'd have to do nothing except for drive traffic to that every single week. So yeah.
Yeah, and if you think about it, these are the products that you don't have to stick with um, run-of-the-mill products. These are premium products that you can sell and we double-digit um, earnings per click. All right. So guys, let me know who's jumping in right now for the done for you package for Webinar X. Give me a one in the chat. All right, perfect. So Mark is jumping in. Now, please do remember that the done for you package to remain this as an like we don't want to get this to everyone. This is only limited to around 50 people. So if you have if you do want to jump in, please do so right now because once the 50 spots are filled up, we can no longer add more people in because we want this to be an exclusive offer for those who really want to start making money without having to do all the grunt work. All right, so Mark is saying, I'm in. Joseph, Doug is saying, okay, you got me. All right, so guys, see the value of this. Webinars for only, they're done for you webinars, presentation and video and all for $19.95. All right, everything is already prepped for you. You have the training for done for your webinars. Mark, you don't even need to do the webinars yourself. You just need to copy the embed code. That's the perfect thing about this. Right? You don't even need to do a webinar yourself. It's a completely passive income stream that you can rely on for only $19.95 a month. All right? So guys, I do hope you see the value of the done for your package. Now let's talk about the last upgrade, which is going to be the reseller license for Webinar X. Now with this, is you'll be able to resell, right? Sell webinars and licenses and get 100% commission on the main product. You'll be able to sell as many licenses as you want. There's no limit, right? So you'll get 100% commission, and we can tell you this, that not even the big affiliates right now get 100% commission. With this upgrade, you get to keep all the commissions for the front end offer. So if we sell it for $27, you get a $27 profit for every sale. If you sell it for $47, we tell you that it's going to be the price for this is going to be increasing, so you get 100% commission for every single sale. Plus, we can tell us we don't have marketing pages, we're going to send that to you. So you can actually use our done for you and high converting marketing pages and sell Webinar X with your customers. We've spent over $20,000 creating these pages, guys. Because these pages, these videos, and you can get to use them with this upgrade. So and the best thing of all is that you never have to handle support. If you have any problems with the software, if you have any technical glitches, that's going to be handled, it's going to be done through us. So you never have to worry about that anymore. You can just focus on selling Webinar X to your customers and providing them the webinar system that they need to succeed. All right? So you have the incredible webinar platform that you can easily resell and get all the marketing pages done already for you. All right? So again, the reseller upgrade, guys, is available for a one-time price, a one-time lifetime price of only $97. All right, so guys, let me know who's jumping in for the reseller package. If you do want to sell Webinar X as a platform and get a big commission that no one else is getting right now, the reseller package is for you. All right, let me know. Let me know. Give me a one if whoever is jumping in for the reseller package. I have a question from Joseph. Resell to platform to what? You're able to resell Webinar X to your customers and get 100% commission for the main offer. And again, it's just like the done for you package, this is only limited to the first 50 people jumping in. which is asking, do you mean you do all the webinar from A to Z, or simply drive traffic to one webinar a month? For the one webinar a month, which is that's the done for you package, which is the upgrade number 2, you just copy and paste the embed code and set up your webinar. That's it. That's it. And you can just put your own link there, and you get paid a commission. Now, if 50% is not enough for you, if you really want to focus on just on selling a product that you get 100% commission for, then the reseller package is for you. All right. So guys, let me know who's jumping in right now. Give me a 1 if you have jumped in for the main offer. A 2 if you have gotten the pro upgrade. A 3 if you purchase the done for you package, or a 4 if you've jumped in for the reseller and get 100% commission for every sale. All right, so Douglas saying 1 and 2. Let me see. Again, remember guys that the done for you package and the reseller are only available for the first 50 people jumping in. And I think, let me check JV Zoo right now. Let me check how many people we got there already.
I think we have about 30 for done for you, because you want to keep it exclusive, and we have about 24 for reseller right now.
All right, thanks for that, Neil. So guys, again, you only have 20 spots available. So if you really want to jump in, and you have to think about it this way, right? This is covered by a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. That's how confident we are with the product itself. It's like what Neil mentioned earlier. If you can find a webinar platform that provides you this much value, this much features, you can even give it to you for free. But I doubt you ever find a webinar platform like this in the market today. It's easy to set up, landing pages, retargeting, Viking lead integration, and so much more. Right? So if you're looking for a webinar platform that's built for marketers, by marketers, this is the platform to get. All right? So guys, if you haven't jumped in, you see the link in the chat, do so right. If you're still thinking about it, let us know what's holding you back from getting this amazing offer. Just remember, the pricing that we showed you today is only available until midnight tonight. Who made this product? It's actually us. Who made this product need to know about this future support? There, it's actually from us. So you can actually guarantee that we're going to give you the KB social treatment that when you can get almost 24/7 support, weekend and weekdays. See, the reseller package, does that include the sales pages? Yes, Mark, it will include the sales pages for the reseller package. All right, so they're saying, yeah, I feel very confident now. Perfect. Yeah, you always get that KB social guarantee that is going to be a great software, and you on top of the amazing support that we always provide for each and every single customer. All right, guys, let me know. Do we need to create our own domain name for hosting for the reseller? Actually, no, but well, you do get the pages, so it would be best if you can use it on your WordPress site, for example.
I mean, just remember that we give you access to our JVZoo affiliate link so that you can get your link from there and you can just promote by JVZoo. And we've done it to keep things simple and consistent. What we don't want is to separate out into, let's say, 50 different links. Instead, it's just, you request your link, you promote, and you get 100%. You'll see the instructions once you get into the members area.
All right. Yeah. So, Mark, do we need to create our own special link? Well, you actually get that link if you click on our, let's say, affiliate link. You get your own custom link that you can use for your emails and stuff. I need the FYI link. Yeah. Doug, just to confirm, just let us know in chat if you have purchased the main offer already, so that Rachel and the rest of the lead support can send you the upgrade link. All right. Let's see. There you're saying, do you have automated webinars that we can load and send traffic to? There, yes. The upgrade number 2 is the done for you package. So as I mentioned earlier, you just need to go to your webinar account or your Webinar X account, and you can actually just copy and paste, right? So you say you're gonna go done for you, copy and paste the embed code of the webinar that you want to do, go to the webinar platform, you set it up, click on edit, for example, and paste the embed code on the streaming page here, and that's it. And you can run multiple webinars at the same time as well. All right. All right. Let me know if that answers your question. Can I put a link in the chat box so I can use it? I can use it watching Webinar X. Um, Actually, this is currently going through GoToWebinar. I think Neil mentioned earlier that Lee preferred to use GoToWebinar for this, so that it's a lot more convenient, and this is what most of you guys are familiar with. All right.
And again,
Let me see.
remember, Neil is completely locked out of GoToWebinar at the moment, so I can't, answer any questions. I can't see the screen. So
Okay.
GoToWebinar does, yeah.
Yeah. So let me just answer them the questions here. Let me see. Um, Richie is asking, I can I will carry the option to sell your webinars or one more month to sell this webinar or varied webinars each and every month. Richie, you're gonna get a new webinar, a new product every single month to sell. Just like what I'm showing you here. Let me just go back. Right. So let's say, for example, um, you're gonna get Video Extreme, or this is our YouTube ads campaign or video ads training that we release in December. You get the video, you get the presentation we used. You can also get Ad Hero, you can get Visibly, all there. So you're gonna have a new product to sell every single month with a done for you upgrade. All right. I hope that's clear. So guys, let me know if there are any additional questions. Jim, yeah, we can actually send you that. Uh, Give me one quick second here. Let me send you that link. All right, give me one quick second. All right, and by the way, if you do have any questions, guys, please do make sure, right? Please do make sure to ask right now, because once again, we don't want you to miss out on this special offer because this pricing that we just discussed is only available till midnight tonight. All right, let me see. Do we get full commissions? You get a 50% commission if you get the done for you package, but if you do get the reseller, you actually get 100% commission for selling Webinar X on the front end offer or the main offer. All right. Yeah. So once the webinar is done, by the way, guys, it's automatically converted into a replay page. So this is actually the webinar we did earlier. So right now, instead of a live webinar, you already have this replay automatically converted. So instead of a webinar page, you're gonna get a replay page, and all the shared link is also available there, and the Facebook link or the Facebook comments are also there to give you that additional push to your customers to convert your webinars better. All right. So in the future, should I run offers to midnight Pacific time? Yes, they have that option, Jim. Um, how do we create a recurring payment with a reseller package? Mark, you don't need to set it up. You all need to just sign up through our link, and we handle all the payment processing for you. So you just need an affiliate, create a sales page, or create a webinar, and that's it. You don't need to create a funnel. You don't need to create the sales pages. That's already done for you.
Okay, Alvin, I think we should also perhaps end the call soon because I know I have to go and I know you have to go as well. So,
All right. So
yeah.
guys, final call for questions. Otherwise, we'll need to wrap things up. FB comments, Richie, that's actually something you need to set up. It's pretty easy. Just copy and paste the FB app ID, and that's about it. All right. You do have that option, Jim, but at the moment, if it's a replay, uh, uh, if it's a replay page, then having the play bar there. But if you want to play the replay as a live webinar, then that control bar would not appear. So it's gonna show up kind of like as a live webinar itself. All right. So guys, if I missed any questions, by the way, please let us know in support. It's kbsocial.zendesk.com. We'll need to wrap things up, and hopefully we're able to learn something new and be able to use Webinar X to open up a new income stream to your business. All right, Anil, perhaps you want to have some closing remarks?
Yeah, I mean, WebinarX is a very, very good software, and we do have some long-term plans with it as well. Like I said, we built it as a replacement to GoToWebinar for us, and I know that we'll continue to use WebinarX moving forward for our webinars, except for the bonus webinar, which unfortunately again is GoToWebinar because it's with a guest and they wanted to use GoToWebinar. But as we get stronger, as we get more customers, we'll keep on enforcing WebinarX into the mix. But yeah.
All right, so guys, thank you for attending the call. I do hope you got a lot of value for it, and we'll see you in the members area. Have a great day, guys, and have a great weekend as well. Bye.